Three married couples who finished Transform You. Here's their stories. Let's start with the first question. What are three things that you love about your spouse?
This is hard
I'll go.
because there's so many things.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Okay.
So, his presence, his just Holy Spirit conviction that he always has, his peacefulness, always being a peaceful maker, and his just great love. He has great love for all people, and it's a beautiful thing.
I mean, I really love Lacey's heart for God, not just as a person that is distant from us, but she really has a desire to, like, in every area of her life, to live it out. And for me, that shows up most when she's talking about people. I can tell that she really, really, really loves people. She gets passionate about people, gets annoyed about people sometimes, but she really has a desire to, like, see people do well, be well. I love the fact that she's actionable. She has like a little drive. She's like a little spitfire. She gets things done. Like, she's very hardworking, has a lot of integrity. The third thing I guess I'll say is that she is absolutely, without a doubt, one of the most all around beautiful people that I've ever met. When people see her, they think, "Oh, she's gorgeous," but I get an opportunity to see much deeper than that. I get an opportunity to see how beautiful she is as a person.
Uh, Truthful, very truthful, even if it hurts a little bit. Uh, she's very caring and thoughtful, very thoughtful.
Hardworking, provider, and extremely thoughtful and loving and a great dad. I know that's more than three.
The first one is just his strength. His strength. Yes. The second one is his devotion. And then the third one would be his honesty.
So for me, the first thing would be how she puts everybody else before herself. And, you know, her strength, she said my strength, but her strength is the stuff she deals with. You know, a lot of empathy for that. And the third thing would be just actually her devotion to, like, to our family, to the unit of our family, to keep us together, to keep us living strong and living good and fed and, you know, all of those things.
During this course at Transform You, what positive changes have you seen in your spouse?
I think one of the best things about the course is that it gave us a way of thinking about our stuff and talking about our stuff. I've seen her articulate and be able to express a lot more some of the things that she goes through, some of
Yeah.
the things that she's dealt with throughout her life. She's always been really good at it, but even more so in a way that I think that even she probably surprises her a bit.
Yeah.
So I've seen her just come out of her shell a bit and talking about that, not only like among us, but like to other people. People are like very naturally attracted to her in terms of just her spirit, like especially other women. And so just seeing her being able to, like, be vulnerable to other people and talk about, you know, some of the things that she's, you know, either wrestling with or have overcome, and how that has kind of like caused other people to sort of be really more interested in their stuff. And so there are a lot of folks who will come back and ask her questions about
Yeah.
things that, you know, her insight on things. And so I've seen her come out of her shell a lot more, I would say.
Yeah. I think just becoming, he's self aware, but even more self aware about not just himself, but other people. Understanding, you know, their coping skills or what makes them angry. Why is someone frustrated? Like, we know that comes from something deeper than what's projecting. So I really feel like that that has happened. And he's able to speak that now and not just to be like, okay, everybody's mad. I'm mad too. You know, it's kind of more of an understanding of other people.
I've seen tremendous changes in the way that he approaches stressful situations. He thinks before he speaks now. He has shared his past hurts with me and how they've affected him, and how, I've seen him overcome a lot of them. They don't really come up so much anymore. We're open and honest about things between us now. Our communication is way better than what it used to be.
I think it's a lot of changes that I've made that, like, when I'm in a certain mood, she knows just go give him a hug now. So that's been a big thing. And then, I mean, like she said, our communication is way better, and we kind of know what person we're talking to, and which you'll learn later on. But I know maybe if she's hurt that day, or if she had a long day at work, I'm gonna leave her alone for a little while. So kind of like a little give and take on how to handle each person in there, what they're going through at the time, to help them move past it to get back to Karen. So it's been an awesome transformation.
Well, today was a true example of that with the sandwich and making sure that my needs were met. That even though it didn't go with what he wanted to do today, and it interrupted kind of the things that he wanted, he put me first. Before he opens his mouth about saying something about a situation, I can tell there's thought that goes into that now, And then just the love for our children and our grandchildren. Wanting them to experience what we've been able to experience by doing this program is really important. And the way he handles our children, as they're adults, and our grandchildren. It's beautiful.
Well, we've done a lot of therapy and different things through our life. Really, before we had kids, we decided that, okay, we don't want to do to our kids what was done to us. Not that anything horrible, just, we just want to be better parents. So through this process of years and years of us going through, we've done a lot of things. But this last time we went through Transform You, I got to see Danielle have a real awareness, almost an awakening in a way so through the years, she's learned not to say something that would make my protector come out, because that's when the fights start. Like our true selves, I don't think we probably ever had a fight. Our protectors, they can fight, and which we've never had these horrible fights, but just the miserable fights, And so I watched her having a real awareness, and I watched her while we were doing this process. I would see her when she was sharing and going through different things. She really put a pinpoint on her true self, her protector, and her sad self. And I think she concentrated. Her protector was always obvious to her, and she was able to see that but her wounded child, or her sad self, or that part of it, I don't think she ever paid a lot of attention to. I didn't want to. And I think through this process, you learn to really identify each part of yourself, and you can choose to be which one you want, which one works best, which one makes your life happier, which is always your true self once you get to know it. But so changes I saw in her was an awareness and a dedication to want to not go into those, but work on those other parts so that you could be your true self.
What are 3 statements about the true self of your spouse?
She is compassionate. I mean, when I hear her talk about people, whether it is a problem or someone she really admires, there's such a compassion, and I can see that she wants that other person to be better. She wants the best for other people, and that just sort of spills out. She's very loving. She cares a lot about her friends, her family. It ties into that compassion piece. But one other thing, she's powerful. But my wife is super powerful, and she is somebody who, I'm paying attention to. I am quiet around. I am, okay, what does she have to say? What does she think about this? Right?
You are compassionate. You are a peacemaker. You are honest. You're honest in how you feel, and you're not afraid to share that. And that also softens people's heart so they can be compassionate to what you have to say.
He is faithful. He is loving. And he is trustworthy.
She is kind. She is brilliant. And she is very helpful.
What? That's the first time I heard that one.
That was worth the ride.
Right?
That was worth
Took all this for you to figure it out?
She is a child of God, which to me was one of my big worries. So when I decided, or not decided, when God decided that I was going to come out for God, you know, so she's a child of God and I'm a child of God. And she's a wonderful parent, mother, grandmother, for sure. And she's a wonderful provider.
He is very ethical. Very ethical. He's very devout. Okay? And he has strength beyond measure.
Do you recommend Transform You to other married couples? And if so, why?
I recommend Transform You because it really gives you an opportunity to get through all of the muck, all of the static, all of the vagueness and ambiguity that we walk in up here. And it really kind of gives a voice and a face and personality to the things that really trip us up in our lives. It's a way to really understand ourselves a lot deeper, to have a better relationship with ourselves so that we can become just better balanced and healthier individuals, to be quite honest. And I would say that going through this course, you will have tools to be able to do this over and over and over and over again. You will truly have skills that you can use every day to kind of get through that.
So I would recommend Transform You because one needs to understand who they truly are. From childhood to young adult to life now. And HollyKem and Dean, you all have used simple tools to break that down. God has given y'all a great gift with this. And I recommend that. So I think it truly helps a person understand themselves in a deeper way.
Please know
Yeah.
that if you go through this, it's going to be stuck on you.
Yeah.
You now have knowledge. You're not responsible for that. And it's going to be played over and over again, but it's going to be good.
It's good.
I recommend Transform You because it has completely changed my life. I've done therapy numerous times in the past for certain things, and I've never had as much change in myself in such a short period of time as I have. Some of the things that I've struggled with through therapy in the past, I've finally overcome through this. It was very intense, but in a good way. It wasn't intense in a, I can't get through this type of way. And it made me a lot more vulnerable than I've ever been doing it with a group of people and with my husband. I think it worked better for me than your typical therapy that you do, just because you start learning that other people are all going through the same thing as you.
I recommend Transform You because it brings peace to your house. It really does. It brings peace to your relationship. It brings peace between you and God. It brings peace in yourself, which is huge. You're not fighting with yourself. You're not going back and forth with yourself. You go back and forth with yourself, but you know who you're talking to, what you're talking to, and why. Well, really, a why, and what you are as a person. So, Transform You it transforms you.
I recommend Transform You because of freedom. It gives you freedom to live. It gives you freedom to love. It gives you freedom to just be who you are. And like I said, most people are really good people on the inside, because you can maybe have a mean neighbor and get to know them and then know that they're really not so bad, and just the freedom to love and the freedom to feel you know, when you living in your wounded self or your sad self or your angry self or your protector, there's a weight on you, you know, like it's suffocating almost. You know, Holly Kim does these exercises where you breathe, hold, and blow out like you're blowing out the candle. And that's the relief you feel. Like all of that weight is off of your shoulders or your chest. So you have the freedom to just be who you are and just to live and to love, which is the main thing we have to offer people is our love. And you're able to show your true love.
I'm sorry. I recommend Transform You because, like other people have said, it does give you a tremendous amount of freedom. Okay? And what I mean in that is that you get to love those different parts. And when those things have come up, you can understand where that's coming from now. You can love that and be okay with it and know that it doesn't have to rule anything at all. So it just makes your life feel lighter. When something gets triggered, you understand it, figure out where it's coming from, love that part, but it doesn't control your life any longer.
So Danielle, by saying that, just made me realize what I'm trying to say is the love is to love yourself. And not in all of yourself, not just like, okay, I want to be this middle person, love that person. You got to love your pain. You got to love your hurt. You got to love. But when you do that, it brings you back to your true self. So teach you how to love yourself. You can't love anything till you love yourself.
Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to our channel. If you want more information about Transform You, click on this video now. And also, if you'd like to book a call to join Transform You, check the description below and book a call today. God bless.